Thank you very much to the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce for hosting this event tonight, and thank you all for coming. My name is Todd Russell. I'm the NDP candidate for the Grand Prairie Smoky District. I'm a happily married father of 2 young children. I've been a firefighter in the community for 14 years. I love my job with the Grand Prairie Fire Department, serving our community and helping people in their darkest moments, and I never planned on leaving it. Then a few months ago, Rachel Notley called and encouraged me to help our community and apply the skills I've learned responding to emergencies, like decision-making and leadership in a different capacity. As a firefighter, I've learned how to quickly assess problems and apply solutions based on the priorities of life, property, and environment. In unique and dangerous situations that present new challenges, I've learned to rely on certain values and priorities combined with a common sense practicality to save lives. Tonight, I plan to show you that those values and priorities are shared by Albertans, specifically the people of this region, and it will guide the decisions I would make as your MLA. Values like compassion that drive us to crawl through a house on fire to help somebody in need. Values like fairness, because it doesn't matter the size of the house that's burning, we work and serve and sacrifice for all equally. Values like collaboration. On the fire ground, we work as a team. We utilize the perspectives and ideas of all our members to arrive at the best possible solution, just as government should listen to and understand the needs of its constituents and stakeholders, instead of telling them what their needs should be. I listened to the former Finance Minister, Robin Campbell, of Centre 2000, days before he released his budget. He was clear that we, Albertans, needed to lower our expectations. He said it was not realistic for us to expect to be number one in healthcare and number one in education. I was stunned. I'm running because I want to show Mr. Campbell that in a democracy, the people place their expectations on government and not the other way around. As a father, education and healthcare are critically important to me. I read the plans that my peers up here are proposing, and I think of the impact it will have on my kids. How many students will be in their class, and how many of those students are going to have special needs and won't be given the care they need? When they graduate, will we be able to afford the post-secondary school? And what kind of economy will there be after? Will they be able to access health care? I wonder what if we were creating the province we want for our children. And then I remember that all of us, we're not simply occupants in this province. We are the architects. Through our political system and our vote, we design and create the province we envision for our children. And that's why I'm excited about the opportunity to talk to you tonight about our platform, which lays out a vision for Alberta that will grow and diversify our economy and stabilize our revenue and invest in the services that Albertans need to enjoy the quality of life they deserve. I share the values of the NDP. Those values are visible throughout our platform and they reflect the values of Albertans. An NDP government will invest in education. Our schools are stressed. Our public school division is the second fastest growing school division in the province. The cuts they're making, we will feel worse here than just about anywhere else. We'll provide stable funding that includes enrollment growth. We will cut school fees in half and phase in a targeted lunch program for elementary students that are in need. The NDP government will invest in health care. We'll all rely on our public health care throughout our lives to care for ourselves and our loved ones, and we need it with compassion. What we don't need is another shuffle at the top or return to health care premiums that disproportionately affect middle-class families while they wait in hospital hallways. We'll create long-term care spaces, we'll make primary care networks more efficient and available, and most importantly, we'll provide the long-term stable funding they need. An NDP government will make our revenue system more fair and equitable, as well as more stable. The idea that Alberta cannot attract large business without foregoing billions of dollars in tax revenue through corporate tax breaks flies in the face of evidence and fact and is simply a misguided belief. We have world-leading natural resources and some of the hardest working people. This combined with our entrepreneurial spirit and our innovation is what attracts business. To say they're only here for the tax breaks and to leave if we take them away is to lack faith in the people of Alberta. Around 15 years ago, the PCs decided that Albertans needed an income tax break, but not all of us, just the wealthiest. This is one reason why we lead the country in inequality despite high productivity and working hours by those in the bottom. We will focus on making our economy less susceptible to boom and bust swings, create more good mortgage-paying jobs, not just profits. With our job creation incentive and our royalty framework review that will reward upgrading, and our province will create widespread prosperity that will push economic growth for all. We'll also increase the minimum wage because it's a shame we have a term working poor. Alberta is ready for change, and everyone up here tonight is going to make the case that they're the change you want. Tonight you'll hear the different ideas to make our province better, and I think you'll quickly realize which ones are not new, which ones we've heard before, and which ones have failed over and over again. It's time for a government that shares your values. Albertans are hardworking, they're fair, compassionate, and innovative, and they deserve a government that reflects that. They deserve leadership for what matters.